Guys, with all the supply chain issues caused by the pandemic and war in between Ukraine and Russia, deteriorating relationships between the West and the East, and natural disasters, famine, it is more important than ever to have an emergency kit that you store at your house and have ready to go in case of disaster. Now I have something new that I think everybody should have in their kit, and we're going to talk about it right now. So I think everybody understands the life-saving potential of antibiotics. Prior to the advent of antibiotics, people would die from infections all the time, anything from just simple wounds that got infected to ingesting some kind of bacteria through drinking unsanitary water, for example. People would get sick and die, right? You can get sepsis, that also kills you. If you saw the series 1883, there's a major death in there caused by an infection, and there was nothing they could do about it, right? So in the case that we have a grid down situation where you don't have access to your primary care physician, you don't have access to hospitals, there's a major power outage, major disaster, war breaks out between the East and West, and we don't have access to the supplies from China. Most of our medications are made overseas. China and India are big manufacturers of medications, so it is reasonable to expect that if conflict broke out, it would be very difficult to get the standard medications that we're all used to having on a regular basis. Now, Jace Medical has come out with a kit called the Jace Case, which I have right here, and it provides you with 5 different antibiotics for emergency use. And so the way that this works is they actually have a team of physicians. So this is 100% legal. You do a telemedicine appointment over the internet. You fill out your medical information. Their website has all the proper securities in place to keep this confidential and secure. And then you actually get a prescription for the antibiotics, and they're shipped directly to you. Now, if you have minor children, you can also get a prescription for your children as well. You can't obviously get it for anybody else, but certainly yourself and minors that are dependent, you can get them a case as well. And these are pretty big containers in here with lots of pills. So, like one of these has 120 pills. I think it's this big boy here. But you get the 5 different medications in here. You also get the emergency antibiotic guide. You get a hard copy of all the information pertinent to the use and care for these medications. And so, this is amoxicillin, which is very common. I mean, this gets prescribed all the time, but it gives you the uses, how to use it, what the side effects are, precautions, interactions with other drugs, and just basic instructions on how and when to use it. It's not uncommon for physicians to prescribe antibiotics for use in emergency cases. One of those situations is traveling overseas. I traveled to India for work, and man, I was super glad that my primary care physician prescribed me some emergency antibiotics, because everybody I was on the trip with got sick. India and some countries like that do not have the same cleanliness standards that we do. Their populations are exposed to a lot more germs than we are, and as a result, their bodies build up a resistance to those bugs, and sadly, we do not. So I was able to treat myself with some emergency antibiotics. It's just a good addition to your kit. You put food in there, you have your water, you have a good quality knife and medical gear, and this is a really nice addition to that medical gear. So as I said, they have a team of physicians that write the prescriptions for you. And the nice thing is that they also have the physicians available to you. If you ever have any questions, you can go back to them and ask whatever questions. They will respond in a timely fashion. And once you order one of these, they ship it out immediately. Mine came in a couple days. I think you can expect them, in less than a week. It is available to both the United States and to Canada. I will provide a link below if you decide you would like to purchase one of these. If you could use that link, that would be very helpful to me. It does help out the channel. And the Jace Case does provide a lot of information on their website. So they have a list of a lot of the common issues that can be treated with the antibiotics provided in the Jace Case. I'll put some of that up here, but anything from traveler's diarrhea to cuts and wounds to even things like cholera. I mean, I know that's not an issue here in the United States, but it is a pretty comprehensive set of ailments that this will treat. So you'll be covered and your family will be covered, and it's just a really nice thing to have when you can't get access to your normal medical care. So this kit runs $259, which sounds like a lot, but actually you get a lot of value here. So if you were to get each one of these individually, the total, going through a primary care physician, if you were to buy this yourself, that would come out to around $700, depending on which pharmacy you get it filled at. Now this is not typically going to be covered by insurance because it is emergency supplies of medication as opposed to treating an acute illness. So you will have to pay for this out of pocket, but in my opinion, that is a really good way to spend $259. If you are in an emergency situation where you need antibiotics, there really is no substitute for this. Now, a lot of people will ask about expiration dates. Typically most antibiotics expire in 2 to 3 years. However, there has been quite a bit of research done, including by the FDA, on the potency of antibiotics after the expiration date. So, up to about 20 years after the expiration, they still retain about 90% of their potency. So it's not like after the expiration date they're worthless. Now, no one is going to tell you to use them after the expiration date just because of legal issues, but would you take a 90% solution if you were in an emergency situation? I think, yeah, I would. It's not like you're going to spend $260 every 2 to 3 years. You can keep these on hand for quite a long time, and that they'll still be reasonably effective, actually very effective, 90%. So the other nice thing about this is it comes in this nice case with all the proper information housed in here. So you can easily put this into a backpack. It does have a nice little carry handle right there, and or you can put it in your emergency box or emergency kit that you keep all your other gear in. So it keeps everything nice and organized. It is all labeled, so it will have your personal information on there. I'm going to cover mine up, but it does have the sticker on there that has your information, so that people know this was prescribed to you. And like I said, I mean, there's quite a bit of pills in there, which should bring you through just about any survival situation. At any rate, guys, I'm super excited about the Jace Case. It's definitely going in my survival kit, and I'm happy to have it. So again, if you decide to purchase, please click the link below and purchase through the link, and I will see you next time. Stay safe.